minutes. You get a phone number for life, free voicemail, free caller ID, even free directory assistance. In 2009, Magic Jack customers will get back savings over $1 billion. How much will you get? Fire your phone company. Start saving today.
Get your Super Bowl Sunday started with the NBA on ABC. King James and the Cavaliers go to Motown to take on Allen Iverson and the Pistons. Coverage begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern with GMC NBA Countdown on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Cavs and Pistons should be a good one. You think LeBron has enough around him to get back to the conference finals? And can they beat the Celtics if that's the matchup?
You know what, Bob? LeBron, the way he's playing, may not need anybody around him. He's playing a different game than anybody else at the NBA level. And I think Kobe Bryant is the most talented player up until this year. LeBron has really upped his game. But is it me, or is it that Cleveland and Detroit, LA are about the only teams we see on television anymore?
And the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers, yeah. I mean, I thought there were a few more teams in the NBA.
Day for three, knocks it down. A 9-6 lead for Gonzaga and their home building. It's an impressive atmosphere here in Spokane at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Papa Schuzen and Stephen Bardo. This matchup in the West Coast Conference between the two teams that were in the championship game last season. The championship game and the entire conference tournament played in San Diego, right on San Diego's campus. And they were the surprise run-through team. They beat Gonzaga in the championship game, had a magical year, and went to the NCAA tournament and beat UConn. But not the same this year without their best player, Brandon Johnson, who tore his Achilles back on December 6th. And they are now in a dogfight here in the first half with Gonzaga.
And you mentioned Brandon Johnson, what he meant to this San Diego program. You're talking about a guy that could get his shot off at whenever he wanted to, set his teammates up, and draw the opposing defenders.
Heitfeld able to muscle one over the top of Gino Palmer. And Bill Greer, an unhappy man, calls timeout midway through the first half. A 5-point lead for Gonzaga. Of course, San Diego, as we said, playing without their senior point guard, Brandon Johnson. In the first half, San Diego's game back on December 6th against San Diego State. The left heel right there comes down awkwardly, and it's a ruptured Achilles tendon. He had surgery, a fourth-year senior who does have potentially a medical redshirt year available. And the folks at San Diego is Palmer, inside, blocked by Day. Down, saves it, right to Johnson. The folks at San Diego, they'll believe there's a pretty good chance they'll get that medical redshirt year and have Johnson next season. But they struggle at times offensively without him this year. He was averaging about 14 a game when he went down.
Well, and he was the main man and got them going and allowed the other guys on the team to fit into their roles a lot easier. Now they have to step their game up. Some guys uncomfortable trying to score a little bit more now.
And it's hard to replace a 1,400-point scoring senior guard, especially when there is some youth around him. And this is a team that, outside of Palmer, who also is a senior, has a lot of youth, especially in their backcourt. Tremaine Johnson, Matt Dorr, only sophomores. Ginty's only a sophomore as well.
When you're talking about a guy like Brandon Johnson, he gives your team a collective moxie. And especially if they're young guys, they can look to him in tough situations, and they haven't been able to do that thus far. So Deshaun Jackson Jr. in the backcourt is going to have to step up and provide that stability and that toughness. But he's on the bench with 2 fouls now.
That first foul called on Palmer a moment ago. Dimitri Goodson comes on. Fargo now sits down. Bolden on the bench as well.
And this is what makes Gonzaga so difficult to defend. Micah Downs, Goodson. They rotate Stephen Gray in and out of the game. So they go 9 or 10 deep. And all of the guys on the floor have the ability to put the ball in the hole.
Gray shuffled his feet, turns it over in the lane. Been nearly 7 minutes since San Diego has scored a field goal. A 9-0 Gonzaga run. With all that, they're only down 5, but they need to find a way to get some points on the board.
They really do, and they haven't been able to do it that much in a half-court set. They're not a fast break team, and so they have a small margin of error when they're in the half court.
Dorr put his shoulder down, called for his first foul. Only one foul called on Gonzaga so far.
Doing a good job, again, of using their length and packing back defensively, not allowing many driving lanes.
Goodson drives the baseline, flips it up and in. What a pretty move.
I believe that was with the offhand. Going to the hole, jumping past the defender with the left hand, 9.8 degree of difficulty on the triple axel. Oh, good look by Ginty, but you got to pull the trigger.
The ball is pulled away from Chris Lewis, but a foul call. They called the foul on Day. And this is a big weekend for Coaches versus Cancer. A lot of coaches around the country are wearing sneakers today in support of Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers Awareness Weekend. Mark Few is one of the driving forces in America behind Coaches versus Cancer. And of course, he got a lot of help from Bill Greer when he was his assistant, and Bill Greer chipping in as well. The Spokane chapter of Coaches versus Cancer, co-chaired by Mark and his wife, Marcy Few, they gave a check to the American Cancer Society before the game today for $611,000. And they have raised $3.3 million just in Spokane alone for cancer research.
And Bob, the event they have in the summer is unparalleled. I was here, enjoyed it. A first-class operation and raised a ton of money for research. Hat goes off to Mark and Marcy for the work that they put in the offseason.
The Downs three stretches the lead to 10.
San Diego wanted to get to the 10-minute mark. Still in single digits, but now find themselves in trouble in need of a huge basket.
And they get one. Danny Brown hits a three after Ginty's shot was blocked, but he had the wherewithal to find Brown off the carom. Bolden now puts his shoulder down again. Can't get it to go, and a foul inside called on Heitfeld.
Boy, Gino, Fred, Sampson, Palmer came out of nowhere on the block, saving a parent layup.
Remember this place?
It's where we first met.
What about here?
Our first kiss. I don't remember this place.
You will.
The visibly brighter Leo Diamond. One more reason K is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Every kiss begins with K. Pizza Hut went all the way to Rome to surprise real Italians with our new Tuscany lasagna.
Veramente mi ricorda quella di mia mamma.
Scusate, le lasagne che avete mangiato sono delle lasagne di Pizza Hut.
New Tuscany lasagna from Pizza Hut. Over 3 pounds of lasagna feeds 4 for just $14.99 with breadsticks. New Tuscany lasagna delivered only by Pizza Hut. Now you're eating.
Everybody down! This is a hold-up!
Don't be a hero. I'm not. I've got DirecTV, so I can set my home DVR from here. My favorite show's on tonight. That is so cool.
DirecTV lets you easily set your home DVR from any cell phone or computer.
Cardinals fans, your team just won the NFC Championship. And now, direct from NFLShop.com, you can own the Cardinals Championship tee and hat. It's the official championship cap and t-shirt worn by players and coaches during the post-game celebration. Your team believed. Now show them you believe by calling 8